Hello everyone, my name is Brianna North and today I will be discussing the initiative and referendum process that's in Arizona. First, I'm going to define what an initiative and referendum is. An initiative is a process that allows the citizens of Arizona to be able to make a new law or constitutional amendment without first receiving approval from the Arizona legislation. So instead of waiting for lawmakers to introduce legislation, citizens are able to make their own draft of their proposal, and then they collect a number of signatures from registered voters, and then they place it on the statewide ballot if there's enough Arizona voters who vote for it. A referendum is different because it allows voters to approve or reject laws that have already been passed by the legislature that's in Arizona. And if enough registered voters sign the petition within the required time period, then the law is placed on the ballot before it takes effect. So now let's discuss how they're created. So the initiative process begins when citizens are able to identify a problem or issue that they believe should be addressed. So then they make their proposed law or constitution amendment, and then they file it with the Arizona Secretary of State. And then once the proposal is approved for circulation, the people who are wanting to make it passed are able to get signatures from Arizona voters. And if the number of signatures depends on whether the initiative process a state law or constitution amendment. And then after election, officials verify that enough valid signatures have been collected, and then Arizona voters decide whether to approve or reject the proposal. And then the referendum process follows like a similar procedure, but it's made in a different way. So when Arizona legislature passes a law, citizens who don't agree with the law or oppose the law may file a referendum petition. And then the Arizona citizen then is able to collect the number of signatures within the legal deadline. And if enough signatures are verified, the law is temporarily suspended until voters decide the issue during the next election. Although both the initiative and referendum are similar, they also have important differences. Both processes are examples of a direct democracy because it allows the citizens of Arizona to vote directly on an important public policy. Both of these require petitions, valid signatures from registered voters, and approval through a statewide election. But they do have differences. So an initiative begins with the people and allows citizens to create a new law. And a referendum, on the other hand, gives voters the opportunity to approve or reject a law that has already been passed. So one major advantage of the initiative process is that it empowers citizens to address issues that elected officials may not prioritize. And it gives the Arizona voters an opportunity to take an active role in shaping the public policy. However, initiatives also have some disadvantages because collecting signatures and organizing statewide campaigns can be really expensive, making it easier for well-funded organizations or special interest groups to influence the process. The referendum process also has important benefits. It provides an additional check on legislative power by allowing citizens to challenge laws they believe are not in the public's best interest. On the other hand, referendums can delay the implementation of laws while elections are being held. And finally, let's discuss how initiatives and referendums support direct democracy in the Arizona Constitution. So Arizona became a state during the Progressive Era, which was a time many Americans believed that citizens should have a stronger voice in the government. They didn't want one leader. They wanted everyone to have a say in to make it fair. These powers ensure that they just didn't want the government, they wanted the government to remain accountable to the people. In conclusion, the initiative and referendum process are essential parts of the Arizona government. And in short, an initiative allows citizens to propose new laws or constitutional amendments, while a referendum allows voters to approve or reject laws passed by the legislature. Thank you for your time listening to my presentation, and I hope you have a wonderful day.